You can laugh, or you can cry. You can survive, or you can die. But when they try, so very sly, to force you to accept their lie, defy, defy, defy. Welcome, boys and girls, punks and skins, to this, the broadcast premiere of station K-FUX, an independent network which has been designed to serve as the living audio-video chronicles of that time-worn zine of varying notoriety, K-FUX. It should be self-evident to all of you watching, but for the uninitiated or the downright ignorant, in reference to punk rockers and skinheads, I am, of course, obviously, beyond any question, and will be throughout the longevity of this entire network, alluding to sharps, skinheads against racial prejudice, sharp skinheads, who, while a damn sight far from perfect, are in essence the good guys in the skinhead bonehead formula. This endeavor will naturally be submitted to all of you of the extended punk rock skinhead strata as a living, breathing, televised embodiment of this zine in all of its original spirit of resolutions, testimonials, and memorials, as well as the shout-outs, the editorials, the updates, the artistry, and in keeping with that original guiding spirit, with the very nature, design, and intent of the K-FUX project, it will likewise amount to an unbridled hit parade of satire, political satire, lampoons, parodies, and overall ridicule. As such, boys and girls, the appropriation, or more appropriately, the outright hijacking of this, your computerized format, will serve as a poetically licensed, poetically justified, absolutely unfettered free rein to ridicule all of you. This is the year. In other words, my little punklings, we will be using your so-called technology against all of you. And what is even better, because it is the altar of worship to which you have voluntarily enslaved yourselves, you have no choice but to stay tuned. You cannot escape, you cannot look away, you cannot not watch. Like it or not, by your own pathetic compulsions, with your useless cell phones lodged in your grimy little mitts, in what a specialist would probably call an infantile fixation, while you are scrolling through your daily enema of worthless soap operatic trash, when you least expect it, presto, there we will be. And the best thing of all, there ain't nothing you can do about it. This, of course, raises yet another point of disempowerment. Obviously, you will notice that this debut is premiering via Screw You Tube. If you would care to look at the bottom of your screen, you will notice that your ability to comment has been disabled. Disenableism. Now, that's a concept. So, if you see something you do not like, and then, like you usually do with your typically indignant, outraged, I'm right and you're wrong sanctimony, you race to pounce on it, denounce it, tear it apart. Guess what? You can't. In conclusion, what's this? You're watching this via Facebook, and you will simply post it to your wall so you can send it through your own avenues and share it via anti-social media? Oh, well now you go ahead and do that. You have a ball. Oh, but just bear one little coincidental factor in mind. No matter how venomous, virulent, violent, and vehement your response might be as you gloat and yet cower behind your computer screen, attempting to take punk-ass pot shots at me in the exact same way that you abuse this alleged technology in order to tear each other apart, bear something in mind. I'll never see it. I'll never see it. What are you going to do? As much as you would love to drag me down into your pigpen cesspool with all the rest of you, you can't. Because I do not subscribe to any of this garbage, as is universally well known. Whereas this may be online, I am not. So, if you see anything at all that you do not like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Not like me on Facebook? You can't. Even if you could, I'll never see it. Are you going to unfriend me from your cycle of friends? You can't. I ain't in your cycle of friends, remember? I have no friends. Moving on, You gonna block me from your wall? How are you gonna block this, you blockhead? Is it beginning to penetrate your piggy pignorance, my little piggy punks? All of you little Google oogles? Whether it's to Facebook, Unfriendster, My space, your space, the space in between your ears. Whether it's crap chat or Instascam, Sickopedia or Indie Kid Go-Go. Whether it's Knit Twitter or Tumblr. None of this dreck applies to me, so basically you can all just go fund yourselves. Hard. In conclusion, what's this now? Oh, you're going to send me a hateful text message and then tag it for the whole world to see your cleverness? And how exactly are you going to do that? I have no prison cell phone. You're going to call me up and you're going to leave me a vicious message on my voicemail? How are you going to do that? We have no voicemail. Hell, we don't even use an answering machine. Oh yeah? So you'll just call me up directly, spew your little temper tantrum, and then hang up? Well, my telephone number is universally well known, so you could do that. Oh, except you won't. Because none of you actually talks on the goddamn telephone anymore. You'll draft a poisonous message and then do what with it? Forward the email to my typewriter? Well, then you'll just grab your crayons and write me an actual factual letter? How? How are you going to do that? Those of you who are actually literate would nonetheless still not know how to go about writing a coherent letter, let alone mailing one. In conclusion, what's this? Oh, well then you'll just resort to the we'll egg your house, we'll TP your trees, we'll throw a brick through your window, we'll burn a cross on your lawn, and so on ad nauseum. Well, my house is absolutely on the map. So yes, you could resort to those non-tactics. But of course, if you did, then we all know what that would make you. A punk-ass biatch. Besides, for every one sneak in the night who employs such non-strategy, there are about 1,000 loyal punks and skins who just might retaliate. In conclusion, Oh, well then you'll just do a drive-by when you see me sitting at a bus stop or walking down the street? Certainly you could do that, but only if, as you shout your pignorance or hurl your missiles, and then quickly run or speed away, you are prepared to embrace the fact that you are a mobile, candy-assed coward, sans cojones. Plus, you know, the funny thing about a drive-by is you never can be completely sure that your target isn't gonna shoot back. Hence, you are left with only one plausible course of action. Oh no, not that. If you take exception to any of the subject matter, to any of the editorial policy showcased herein, clearly, since you will have no other option, you will simply have to, God forbid, walk up to me in person and confront me face to face. And we all know that ain't gonna happen now, don't we? Oh no. No, in plastic, shallow, superficial, hypocritical, panty-waist, pussy-wimp Portland, in this, the city of poses, this oasis of behind-your-back gossip, rumors, and lies, your collective passive aggression simply will not permit such an unthinkable, unheard-of course of action. Calling someone out for calling all of you out? It would be a contravention of Rose City reality. It is simply not done. Why, the sky would surely fall. Nevertheless, such is the method of direct communication which I hereby offer to you, with which I am possibly even challenging you. Feel free to express yourself to me in person, face to face. You will be heard. You can do that, or else you can take your hostility and choke on it. Any questions? No? Then, let's begin. This is station K-FUX, hereby officially launching its broadcast premiere, its network debut. Ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. Do you remember the expression, was it live or was it Memorex? Well, is it symbolic or is it literal? Hello? Portland Water Bureau? Ah, this is a recording. At the sound of the flush, please listen to what I am doing with your most recent bill. You hear that, chump? We are quits with you crooks. I am setting out a rain barrel to take care of the laundry from now on, and I have just signed a 1-year lease on my own personal honey bucket. What's that now? What am I going to do when I want something to drink? Well, I don't think that's going to be much of a problem.
Now the hunt is on to find Fox 12's most wanted and the clues that could track him down. As if this lamentable, benighted city
did not already have enough trouble to begin with, now you are faced with the reemergence of the Klan, proto-American fascism, neo-national socialism, and white supremacist boneheads with peckerwood pride. And nobody seems to know what to do about it. By me, the whole thing could be summed up in just one word. Skokie.
And we intend to act in utmost good faith to assure the safety
Excuse me.
and the protection.
I am Max Feldman. I am the president and founder of Precision Fabricating Incorporated, which is located here in Skokie on Springfield Boulevard. I just want to tell Mr. Rosen from Chicago that what he said went straight inside me like an echo.
If you have a question, Mr. Feldman.
I kept saying to myself, Max, somewhere I heard that speech before. But not here. Not in Chicago, not in America. But where did I hear that speech? I heard it in Germany. It came from the big city. Very fine, professional men, all members of the national Jewish organizations. I was very young, but I remember what they said. Nazis? Stormtroopers? Hoodlums in the street. How many are there? A handful? They're just petty criminals. Don't pay attention. Go home, they said. Close the doors. Pull down the window shades. Don't look. Nothing will happen. Quarantine. They talked about quarantine. Strategies, game plans, tactics. I don't mean to offend you, but there was then a Mr. Rosen who said there are no danger to the safety and the security of the Jews. So my question to Mr. Rosen is no. No,
Mr. Feldman,
no.
Mr. Feldman, please. There'll be plenty of time for comment from the floor, and we do have outside guests.
You know what this is? A tattoo. A number. 24, 36. It's a concentration camp number. Do you know what that meant? Can you know what really happened? Can you know what the swastika was? Can you know what is a Nazi?
Mr. Feldman, I understand. Believe me, there is no way of minimizing or arguing with the personal pain, the tragedy and suffering of people who have come through the Holocaust. I am trying to recommend a practical, proven tactic for today's realities.
No. I came here to sit, to listen, not to say anything. But I don't want to hear about tactics and strategies. This is not a game. I will not go home. I will not pull down the window shades. Not this time. Not in my own town, where I made it business and a home, where I raised my child. If a Nazi marches here in Skokie, you can believe me, I will be there. I will be there with baseball bats, with a gun, with anything. I will be in Skokie with the Nazis alive. I am telling you, and Mayor Smith, you want to avoid violence? I'll tell you how. If you want no violence, keep the Nazis out. Because if they march here, if they bring the swastika here, I swear to you, nothing, there is nothing will keep me from fighting them. On the memory of my mother, the Nazis will not march. On my life, on the grave of my mother, which was a lime pit in the death camp at Mauthausen, a pile, a heap of naked Jewish bodies, on that grave, I swear it.
And now, with those staunch sentiments unmistakably imparted, I believe that we must now close this, the broadcast premiere of station K-FUX. I can assure you, boys and girls, punks and skins, that it will certainly behoove all of you to continually stay tuned for all of that which has yet to come. For now, before we part on a slightly bittersweet note, I will ask all of you to join me in a toast. Confusion to our enemy.